The following video was made possible by the EA Game Changers program. What's up, guys? It's the director and Trumpetmonkey.
Hi!
Today we have an awesome opportunity to grade every single one of these theme kings for Madden 20. Are you hyped, Trumpetmonkey?
I am extremely hyped, director. The hype is real.
And a huge shout out to EA, guys, for letting us and allowing us to reveal these theme kings. That was a great opportunity. Now it's our time to grade each and every one of these guys individually. Yeah. We'll give them a grade between 1 and 10, as well as give you our top 10 recommendations at the very end, because again, you can get 10 of these in Madden 20.
10, director. And not only did we get access, this is literally our footage as we scrolled through these players. So we got to play with them as well, guys. So these are very, very, very highly recommended suggestions that we're making right here for you guys. And let's take it away, director.
Let's get going, Trumpetmonkey. Let's start with the Bears. Tarik Cohen, scrappy halfback. What are your thoughts on him?
The Bears. Okay, so again, we played with him. And again, Tarik Cohen's core elite was absolutely incredible. The theme king was even better. So for that reason, my grade out of 10 for this guy right here, I'm giving him a 9, director.
Woo, a 9. A 9. We agree on that one, Trumpetmonkey. The only reason I give him a 9 and not a 10 is because he's not the best, all-purpose halfback, but he is one of the most perfect complements you can have for a third down back, kind of receiving back in that offense. Beautiful, beautiful. He's going to have some really nasty speed on him, too.
Oh, yeah. We both know it's probably the secret's out by the time this video airs, okay? We all know who the best halfback is in the game, and this guy for me is a close second. So there. Ooh. So next up, we've got Gino Atkins, defensive tackle for the Bengals. Tell me, what's your grade on this guy right here, director?
I love Gino Atkins. He's at a position where if I've got a good defensive tackle there, I don't mind who the name is. But has Gino Atkins really stood out for me as a defensive tackle? Yes, and he will continue to stand out in Madden 20. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 because I think there are better options on this list, but he's a solid player to add to your roster.
That's fair. I tell you what. I'm going to give him a 5. Okay, which means the way we do our scores is an average. He's going to be a solid 6, a solid recommendation. He's not getting less than a 5. I'm not being too brutal here. I like what you're saying. He's good against the pass and the rush. For that reason, he is a decent option right there. But I think there's a couple of a rookie premier card that you could be having a look at there, and a couple of budget beast rookies you could be looking at in another one of our budget beast videos. So for that reason, I'm giving him a 5. Average score of 6.
Consensus
Fair?
of 6. I can handle that. I can take that. Next up for the Bills, safety Micah Hyde, Trumpetmonkey. Give me your thoughts on Micah Hyde.
Okay, yeah. So I love the way the safeties are playing. And remember, click on interceptions are what you're going to need. So the reaction times of zones aren't terrible, but you're definitely going to need to be clicking on. But that is why I'm giving this card right here a 3, director, because he just doesn't have the speed you need, the reaction time you need right there when you do click on. So for me, Micah Hyde is a 3, a little bit brutal. I'm sorry, Bills Mafia. I'm in Latvia, so you can't touch me.
I can't blame you there. I mean, Micah Hyde is a good player IRL in the NFL. He's fantastic. Yeah, but in the terms of Madden, I think your journey in Madden Ultimate Team you're gonna have a better strong safety at that position. So I'm gonna go with a 2 out of 10, just because I think there's just better options out there, even outside of this promo.
Okay, well, hey, the target's off my back for the Bills Mafia. I'm happy with that. Consensus grade 2.5.
It could have been worse, Micah Hyde. It could have been worse.
All right, director. Here we go. Kareem Jackson, corner for the Broncos. I'm kidding. So tell me, how you ranking Kareem Jackson here?
Okay,
out of 10.
Let me move into a state of mind that isn't biased for a second. Kareem Jackson, fantastic corner. I think there are better corners in Madden 20. Similar situation to Micah Hyde. However, he is in a position where depth could definitely come into factor. So for that, I'm going to give him a solid 3.
What? A 3? Oh man! And as much as I want to give a Bronco a 0, I'm not going to. I think corners play very differently, very very differently in MUT 20. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give him like as you said, a position of depth. And if you can get an 86 overall corner, that's going to be your corner for at least a month of the game. I'm going to give him a 6. Okay. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. So consensus 4.5. Yeah, that's not too bad. And you can't go wrong picking him up anyway. That's why I'm giving him a 6. 4.5 kind of says that.
There you go, guys. A solid 2 minutes of Director and Trumpetmonkey bashing the Broncos. Next up, Trumpetmonkey, we got ourselves Myles Garrett, elite defensive end in Madden 20. I don't know if I should even say anything more. What do you say about Myles Garrett?
You know how much I love this card, man. You know how much I enjoy playing with it. And for that reason, and with the pass rush being what it is, and you're telling me I can get Myles Garrett at 86 overall, like straight away, like, you know, as soon as I hit level 5, I'm giving him again. Like this for me is one of the must-haves. I'm actually going to give him a 10.
Good, we're on the same wavelength, Trumpetmonkey. This is a solid 10 for me as well. Pass rush is so important in Madden 20, and if you can roll out with a guy like Myles Garrett, forget about it. Your opponent's going to be on his back half the game, dude. Such a good card.
For like point of order, for everybody watching at home, we have not colluded before this. We don't know what our grade is going to be, who we're picking, and what's going on. Like Charger and Raider fan agreeing. Cats and dogs living together, hamburgers eating people, the world's going crazy. But yeah, get yourself Myles Garrett. That's a hot tip right there.
What's that saying about a broken clock or something like that? Solid player, Myles Garrett. Next up, Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah, so Suh playing for the Bucks now. Didn't leave the state, right? No, he did. What's wrong with me?
He was in LA, but you know.
Yeah. Good geography, monkey. All right, so here we go. So Suh, defensive end this year. What grade you giving him there, Director?
Defensive end. Ndamukong Suh is an elite player, but he's in Madden's terms been kind of falling a little bit every single just because of his age. He's always been known as an elite defensive tackle. Coming in at end this year, I think you're going to want to shoot for somebody maybe a little bit faster, because a lot of my resources in early MUT 20 are going to be in those pass rusher positions. So we're talking coins, we're talking rewards from the long grind. Is Suh one of those guys that, you know, comes out to me as one of those elite dudes as far as ends right now? Probably not. So as far as he goes, I'm going to give him a 3 out of 10. Let's go 3 out of 10 for Ndamukong Suh. I just think there's better options.
I like his card plays the pass rush okay, plays the run really well though.
Yeah.
So look, I'm with you though. He's probably not going to be my recommendation, my pick. I'm going to give him a 5, and that's consensus 4 out of 10. And I feel like that's a really good kind of score, really good recommendation.
That's fair.
So next up, we've got the man who changed jerseys here, right? Maccas Gilbert playing tackle for the Cardinals. So he's over there to protect that investment in Kyler Murray. Tackle, pretty important position here. What do you think, Director? What score are you giving him? Now,
as you guys have heard throughout the entirety of MUT Force since its inception, you can never go wrong grabbing an NAT offensive lineman. Those dudes on the auction house can be wildly expensive, and if you can pick one up for free, disregard the name, disregard the top of the elite of the elite. He will be solid on your team, and you are going to need them this year with how crazy the pass rush is. So in terms of necessity and value of the player, I'm going to give him a 7.
Wow. Yep. I'm with you. I'd even go one further. I'm going to give him an 8. So consensus 7.5. This is a very, very good pick. People are going to be like a little bit a tackle. Like I want an exciting player. I promise you, you're going to appreciate the fact you took a tackle when you're not getting sacked 20 times a game. So you heard it here first. It's highly recommended.
Do you really care who is over there on the offensive line name-wise? No, you just want someone to keep Phillip Rivers on his feet. So I like that pick. Honestly, any tackle, any guard, any center that you can get for free, jump on that.
For the record, I want Phillip Rivers on his butt, okay? So I want him in the dirt. But yes, you make a really valid point. Next player!
Step aside, Trumpet Monkey. The director will take this one from here. Keenan Allen, wide receiver for the Chargers. Obviously, the director's got a biased opinion, but I'm going to try and push that aside a little bit here. The big thing about Madden 20, possession receivers, guys that aren't super fast but run really crisp routes, have really good hands. Those dudes are back. And not just between Keenan and Allen, like guys like DeAndre Hopkins, now considered the best of the best. Mike Evans, now considered very usable in Madden 20. In regards to that, Keenan Allen being one of the best route runners in the NFL, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. It's so tough not to give him a 10, but I think that's super fair. And if you decide to go with Keenan Allen, you'll notice right away the difference between Madden 19 and Madden 20 Keenan Allen.
Yeah, you bet. He's going to get open, and speed at wide receiver does not matter nearly as much as it did in Madden 19. It still does,
but you can rely on other stats more heavily this season.
Yeah, you bet. And so for the exact same reason, I agree with you. 7 is a really good figure. I'm going to go with 7 as well. I don't mind agreeing with you. It's fine. I mean, he's a dirty Charger, but if you're going to take a wide receiver, you know, like he is probably closer to the top of the list for who I would recommend. So yeah, 7's a good score.
Next up, we got Chris Jones, defensive tackle this season, Trumpet Monkey. What are your thoughts on the Chiefs' defensive player?
Yeah, look, he'll play well, and he'll actually play well against the pass and the rush. That's what we notice, okay? However, it isn't a true, for me, position of need. So for that reason, in terms of recommending who we're picking, I'm going to go pretty low ball on this one right here. Not just because I'm a Raiders fan and he's a Chief. I'm going to give him a 2. What about you, director?
Interestingly enough, this is one of the first ones we kind of veer off from each other. I'm going to give him a 6. Because of how well he's played in previous Maddens, and now switching to the defensive tackle position, he may show up as one of the better nose tackles in a 3-4 formation, you know, up there with the Snacks Harrisons. You never know. He just has that MUT Force factor for me. As much as I hate to admit it, I think this might be a really good card. But again, it is a position of need kind of thing. So I think, what is that, a consensus 4-5 again?
Yeah, consensus 4. Not too shabby. That's fair enough as well, I think. So here we have a very crafty, nice stats as well. You're going to see nice stats when they're revealed. Wide receiver here. T.Y. Hilton for the Colts. Director, how you grading this guy?
I'm going to give T.Y. Hilton because, again, speed isn't as important, but it's still important. All right. I'm going to give T.Y. an 8 out of 10. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I like him in the slot. I think he's a very dependable receiver. He's a big playmaker. And what is Madden about if it isn't about big plays?
It's true. 8 is like a little high. I would say a 6, only because there's another wide receiver on this list who I like a little bit more. But yeah, look, I'm going to give him a 6. That's a consensus 7. I will agree with you here. You cannot go wrong picking up T.Y. Hilton. Like the same way you couldn't go wrong taking like Keenan Allen. This is like a decent pick. And man, if you're a Colts fan, you're in 7th heaven because you get a free 86 overall T.Y. Hilton day 1 of Madden. Very nice.
Disgusting speed too.
Yeah, some really nice speed. So I like it. Take us into the next one, director.
A boy close to Trumpet Monkey's heart, Amari Cooper, wide receiver for the Cowboys. Okay, we can already see where this is going, Trumpet Monkey. Let us know your thoughts on Amari.
Yeah. So, like, for me, this is like the top wide receiver that you could possibly take. He has that MUT Force factor where it doesn't matter what overall Amari Cooper's card is. It plays like a 99. It's crazy. Pleased to report that is still the case in MUT 20. This is the best wide receiver that you could possibly take from my perspective out of this group right here. So, like, for that reason, I'm going to give him a 9. Director?
Get ready to shock the world, director. I'm giving Amari Cooper a 10.
Oh!
Amari Cooper is a 10 for me. As you said, you pulled every word out of my mouth, Trumpet Monkey. This is the best wide receiver to choose on this list, in my opinion. He's at a position of depth. You will be able to run him at 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for several months. I think this is definitely the guy to go with if you're looking for a wide receiver from Theme Kings.
Did we just become best friends?
I think we just became best friends.
Yep, absolutely. Don't forget he can run block as well, so boom. Enough said. Oh, next up, we got that all-important position, tackle, Laramie Tunsil. Director, you know it's an important position, so you know what my score is probably going to be on this guy right here. What are you thinking?
Laremy Tunsil's a 7 out of 10 for the director. I think it's a
7
solid
out of
pick.
10?
7 out of 10. I think Tunsil, and maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. He's one of those guys that had like a weird stat as far as tackle goes. Maybe it was against the run or against the pass, but still, it's a free 86 overall tackle that you're adding to your squad. If I do all 10 of these, I can guarantee you I'm taking every single offensive lineman.
Yeah.
7 for me, still very solid for Laremy Tunsil.
Yeah, not too shabby. No, I'm like this for me. If you're taking one of the O linemen, this is my guy. So I'm actually going to give him a 10 in terms of recommendation. We're not talking about how he plays in real life. We're not talking about fandom of our Dolphins. We're not talking about like absolutely how amazing this card is going to play, but just what you need. This is a 10 from the monkey. Lock him in. Pick him up.
Beautiful. One more counter argument. If I do spend coin on a tackle, it will always be my blind side. So if Tunsil needs to be replaced sooner or later, that's probably the card I would think gets replaced first on my offensive line, but that's just the reasoning behind that. So 7 out of 10. Consensus, what was that? 8.5. 8.5 out of 10.
Correct.
Not bad. Not too shabby. Next up for the Eagles, Brandon Graham, defensive end. What are your thoughts on this elite pass rusher?
Elite pass rusher. You and I are both fans of him, but in terms of like who we're kind of going for, like I just want a little bit more speed day one. And look, but it's gonna be a solid card, all right? It's gonna play well. So and fly Eagles fly, Big Kepi, we love you, buddy. I'm gonna give it a 6. Director,
I'll give him a 7. He's played. He's had that MUT Force factor for me in the past. Not so much last year, but the year before, really good. Really good.
Consensus 6.5. I like it.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Next up, we got the Falcons. Alex Mack at the center position, Trumpetmonkey. I'm going to let you take this one away. What do you think?
Yeah, you know I like this card. You know I do, okay? And remember, he has really high awareness as well. And the awareness of the center in terms of the average awareness of your line is going to lift it, okay? Because his awareness stat replaces the lowest awareness stat on whoever else you have on your line, okay? So it's really important. And I confirmed that with Clinton Odenberg as well. He loves this card as well. Whenever the former NFL O-lineman who works in EA and makes the game tells you that an O-lineman is a must-have, it's a must-have. 10 out of 10. This might even be the first Theme King that I get, Director. That's how important he is. So 10 out of 10, Alex Mack.
Even before your own team's player, you're thinking Alex Mack. That is nuts to me. Alex Mack for the Director is a solid 10 out of 10. In my opinion, the best offensive tackle in this promo. And Alex Mack, for me in the past, has just oozed MUT Force factor.
George Kettle, Director.
One of the biggest acquisitions, I feel, on your team in Madden Ultimate Team all year. One of the fastest tight ends in the league. A fan favorite for the 49ers. What are your thoughts on George Kittle?
Oh, man, he's good, dude. He's good, isn't he? 8. Giving him an 8 out of 10. Man, you're literally going to be set at tight end for a long, long time if you pick this card up. So I'm giving him an 8.
I'm going to give him a solid 9, bro. I mean, you really can't go wrong with George Kittle as your one for a very long time at an 86 overall. Get out of here. George Kittle's going to be scoring some touchdowns.
Consensus 8.5, Director. Very good advice given.
Next up for the Giants, we got new acquisition, Kevin Zeitler, another offensive lineman. What do you think?
Yep, absolutely. But I feel as though guard is a position of depth, especially at the Budget Beast perspective. Check out our Budget Beast video for more on that. So therefore, but a solid kind of pickup. But therefore, because not an absolute need, I'm going to give him a 4.
A 4? Well, just because he's an offensive lineman, I'm going to give him a 6. I'm going to give him a 7. Screw it. He played so well with the Browns. He played so well on my team as far as whenever he was rolling out on my squad. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. He's going to be just fine out there on your line, and you don't have to spend any coins in him. That's a big plus.
Consensus 5.5. I know exactly where you're coming from, but those budget beasts are getting down the field pretty well as well, so that's the only reason I gave him the 4. But you're right. Consensus 5.5. Solid grade. Zeitler. And just in case you hadn't had enough of O-linemen and in particular guards as well, here we have Andrew Norwell, Director. Another potential 86 overall free guard for your O-line. How are you grading him, bro?
I'm going to give him a 6. 6 out of 10 for the director. I like offensive linemen. Again, he'll probably be a pickup for me. I just don't remember running him very much in the last couple of months, and there's probably a reason for that. So, hey, free offensive lineman, I'll take it, but there's got to be something underneath the reason why I never ran with him before.
I'm going to give him the exact same figure I gave Zeitler. I'm going to give him a 4, which is a consensus 5. Again, we have a budget beast video. We tested all those cards in competitive and head-to-head. We got our hands on the game very, very early. For me, guard is that position of depth, not necessarily 100% needed with these picks. Remember, you're only getting 10 of these Theme Kings, director. So I'm not going to spend it on a guard. That's my recommendation. Consensus 5. Next card, director.
Coming up next is C.J. Mosley, brand new linebacker to the Jets. I'm a big fan of C.J. Mosley IRL, but how does he perform in Madden specifically, Trumpetmonkey?
Yeah, well, absolutely well. However, you do not need to spend, unless you're a massive Jets fan, Jets, Jets, go for it. You don't need to spend one of your Theme Kings on this cat right here, okay? So this, for me, is going to be one of the lower ones. Because yes, Devin Bush, okay, is that good. Yeah, you don't need this guy. So therefore, I'm going to give him a 1 out of 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going to get some hate in the chat from the Jets fans there. But
I'm going to go ahead and show him a little bit of love at least. I'm going to go roll out with a 4. I'll give him a 4. Just because I think he's going to be one of those CPU guys you can rely on. And maybe he'll be better against the run than you think. But I think there's better budget beast options, especially if you're looking for a user. So we'll say 4.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right, next up for the Lions, Darius Slay. Just say it, Trumpetmonkey. Just say it.
Slay, a big play, Slay. It's the Slayer. Oh, man. Director. We were both on the same page. Guys, like again, you're talking about position of depth, but you also want really, really good corners. You're going to need them, okay? And this guy could be your corner for your first month of MUT. No lie. That's how good this card is, okay? Therefore, it's an easy 10. This is one of the ones you got to get. What about you, director?
Easily one of the best slot corners in my mind for Madden.
And outside. And outside. He's playing brilliantly when we played him with outside. But what's your score?
10 out of 10. Yep. No questions asked. This is the corner to pick up for Theme Kings in the Theme Builders promo. Do it.
Boom.
Do it
all
now.
The way from the Motor City. You're going to need him. That's a really good recommendation, guys. Trust us. You're going to want Big Play Slay in your lineup. Okay, here he is. Probably, arguably, one of, if not, I know who your favorite safety was in Madden 19, but for Madden 20, this guy's going to be great as well. Adrian Amos for the, go Packers. Director, how are you scoring? How are you grading Amos, mate?
Okay. It is no secret that I am a massive fan of Derwin James in Madden specifically. Like, in all facets of life, Derwin James is the GOAT. He's going to play crazy good as a user. That being said, if I have Derwin in the box, I need someone I can trust out there at safety. That man is Adrian Amos. I think undisputed one of the best safeties for Madden last year, and I think he continues that in Madden 20. He is a 10 out of 10 for me.
Wow. I wouldn't give him a 10 out of 10. I'm a bigger fan of Derwin CPU controlled, but this is a great card. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give him an 8, so that's a consensus 9. You cannot go wrong picking this card. Bottom line is what we're telling you.
The sheer speed on this kid, the sheer playmaking on this kid, every single game I rolled out with him in Madden 19, he was making moves. So I like that consensus 9 out of 10. He's a strong pickup suggestion for me.
This guy's face.
It's a shame because he's a good card.
Okay. All right, sorry. Like I know I shouldn't really be laughing at anybody's face. Okay, like goofy looking Australian dude who lives in Latvia. So Kawan Short's not going to be offended by me.
No.
Like, what is he like? Which direction is he looking? Like,
I don't. He's got that dual vision, man. He's got his eye on the ball and on the ball carrier. And okay.
You can
Kawan Short.
Saying, all right, what do you think? So Kawan Short, easily in the running for best photo of MUT 20 early on there, director. I'm just going to give you my score on him again. The card plays well, but again, not a position of need necessarily with your 10 theme kings that you're going to be able to select up to level 50. So therefore, for me, I'm going to give him a 2. But I get the feeling you're about to put me on blast right here.
What?
Yep, go on.
One short for me, bless his heart. He is definitely one of those MUT Force factor guys for me at defensive tackle. Out of all the defensive tackles I think I've seen here, he's my guy. I'm going to give him a 7, dude. I think if I'm taking a tackle, that's the tackle I'm taking. That's good. Now, what's the consensus? Now we got to do the math.
4.5 out of 10. 4.5 out of 10. Consensus 11 out of 10. He wins the best photo contest, but 4 out of 10 is the grade. Let's go on to our Super Bowl MVP, Julian Edelman. Pull it up, director. The gun show on full display right here. Julian Edelman, man.
That is shocking.
I'm going to give you my grade straight off the bat here because I don't think you need him that much. But the card's going to play great. If you're a Pats fan, get him. You're going to love it. But for me, because Coop is my pick and I'm only taking one wide receiver, therefore I'm going to give him a 1.
Oh, my God.
I know.
You've got it. Okay, I agree with a lot of what you said. So I completely understand that. I'm still going to give him a 5 because I think he's one of the better slot receivers that you can get in this game, period. Sure. But for me, I don't think I'd be selecting him anyway. So a 5 I think is fair.
Fair. Consensus 3. Sorry, Julian.
All right, John Monkey, I'm not even going to say anything. Take it away.
There it is. Lamarcus Joyner. Okay, his cards play well in MUT. I'll give you that. All right, they absolutely do. And I will be completing these 16 games at some point to get Lamarcus Joyner, but it will not be one of the first cards I pick up. It'll probably be number 10. Okay, wow. Therefore, showing my complete unbiased approach to this grading process, I'm giving Lamarcus Joyner a 1 overall.
Wow.
1 out of 10.
Trumpetmonkey. Like, I don't even know how to respond to that.
You don't need him. You're not going to need him.
I mean, I guess he's one of the last options I think of at free safety, but like, damn.
Yeah. We know what's coming at free safety. Oh,
okay.
We know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Calm down, everybody.
That's gonna make the final edit. That's a big wink right there. That's why my Lamarcus Joyner is a 1. What's your grade on Lamarcus Joyner?
I'll give him a 1 because he's a Raider. I'll give him a 3 because he's a good card. So consensus 2.
Consensus before Raider Nation feeds me to the Lions. Next card.
Aqib Talib coming up next. Big thing to highlight here, guys. Corners do play different this year. The low speed. Something you sheared away from automatically in past Maddens. Is this the year Aqib Talib shines?
What am I doing, director? What am I doing? I'm pressing, bro. I'm pressing. This is a fantastic press corner. That said, I'm probably if you were to take Big Play Slay and Aqib Talib as your 2 corners on the first day, right? I'm playing 32 stall. You are set for a long, long time. That for that reason. Even though he's not my absolute, you got to pick him up kind of category, for that reason, I'm going to give him an 8. It's a good corner. This plays well. This is a great card.
I'm going to give him a 5. I'll give him a 5. Aqib Talib is good, but until I see good gameplay with him, I'm going to have to remain a little bit conservative. But I like the player and I like the card, so maybe he proves me wrong, but I like it. Consensus?
6.5.
Like it. Next up, Ravens brand new halfback, Mark Ingram. Halfbacks are funny because they all have their little identity and then it transfers over to Madden, kind of fun. But what do you think?
My first 0. Do not get this card, guys. We played with it. It does not play well. Later iterations of Mark Ingram may play well. This is not the halfback that you want. Tariq Cohen is. We already said that. 0 for me, director. Steer well and truly clear. Sorry, Ravens fans.
Okay, here comes the director to help rescue Mark Ingram from the swallowing jaws of the Sarlacc. I'm going to give him a 1. You're not going to want to roll out with Mark Ingram unless you're a Ravens, maybe Saints fan, but I'm not going to let him fall into the depths of a 0.
Dude, a 1 is not saving him. That's consensus 0.5. Do me a favor. Don't ever save me.
Outside of 0 is what counts at this point.
Don't ever save me, director. Next card. Let's go.
Next up is Ryan Kerrigan of the Washington Redskins, outside linebacker. What do you say?
So good, so underrated. If you're running 3-4, you got to really consider this guy. For that reason, I give him a 7. If you're running 3-4,
well. Mine's a 7 as well. I think he's extremely underrated, and I think he's going to perform so well as a pass rusher in a 3-4.
Like, we're talking about underrated in MUT. Like, in real life, he's underrated as well. In MUT, this is an animal pass rushing card right here. All linebackers are pretty shabby unless they got really good speed in coverage in MUT 20 right now, as of the way we played the game, which was early, okay? But this guy's a pass rusher, 7 out of 10, really solid pick, can't go wrong.
I saw some gameplay with him. He was on Cookie's team. Me and Cookie had a game of Madden 20, and he single-handedly saved a few touchdowns versus Melvin Gordon. So that I have already had firsthand experience. This is a great card in Madden, so don't forget about Ryan Kerrigan.
And director, from a linebacker you should be getting to a linebacker you can forget about. Controversial, I'm sorry. But Demario Davis, for me, I'm going to go brutal again. Maybe it's just the Saints unis. Oh, my God, I'm so sorry, Saints fans. But, yeah, this is a 0 for me.
No, dude.
Yeah.
I can't give Demario Davis a 0. He's kind of up and coming still. Like, he just had some good cards in last year that I've noticed, at least. I'm going to give him a 3 just because you're going to want to roll out with somebody different. But he's a good card. He's just not what everyone's going to be throwing themselves at day one.
Yeah, so consensus 1.5. I'm sorry. My God. I totally just trashed the 2 players that appeared in Saints uniforms, even though Ingram's with the Ravens now. But yeah, so consensus 1.5. I don't know. I don't know. Nobody.
All right, this one, if you give a bad grade to, I will get up and walk out and drink a boot of beer. Russell Wilson of the Seahawks, quarterback, mobile quarterback.
Yeah,
huge fan favorite of quarterback play style in Madden for very many years. Just got paid. The dude's an elite quarterback in the NFL. What is your grade for Russell Wilson?
Dangerous. Okay, I am going to shock you here.
Yeah.
So, again, director and I know things, as we said about the free safety position. Wink, okay? The same thing applies to the quarterback position. Wink. Is this an amazing card? Yes, okay? It is, absolutely. However, we know about the quarterback position. That's all we're allowed to say, right? Therefore, am I recommending you get Russell Wilson? No. But I cannot trust Russell Wilson because I absolutely love him. Therefore, I'm going to give him a 6. It's going to be a solid quarterback, and you'll be able to play competitively with him. I promise you that. He plays really, really well. But a 6. That's all I can say. Director?
I'll give him a 7. I'll give him a 7 because some guys, just prefer a quarterback like Russell Wilson. Yep. Yes, there'll be opportunities for other quarterbacks later down the road, but himself as a card, as a player, he is among the best.
Seriously, he's a hybrid, actually. He isn't a scrambler. He's really accurate. It's a nice card. Trust us on that. But yeah, okay, consensus 6.5, good grade. But remember, we know things, director.
You have been forewarned. The future is now. Okay, so Russell Wilson 6'5". I like it, and I do want to see people come out with this card and play because he's really fun to run against.
Yeah.
Steelers coming up next. T.J. Watt.
What?
Outside linebacker for the Steelers.
What?
You know Watt. T.J. Watt. What is your thoughts, or what are your thoughts on T.J. Watt, outside linebacker?
Let's say Watt a few more times.
What?
This is a really good card, man. It plays well, and he rushes and actually plays the run really, really well. As I said, coverage is going to struggle for all linebackers, so don't be too focused necessarily on that unless you're strictly going. So I like him in both a 3-4 and a 4-3. I'm going to give him an 8. This is a great card. That might surprise a few people, but it's a great card. What do you think?
Out of all the outside linebackers in here, Ryan Kerrigan's really good too, but my preferred outside linebacker is definitely going to be TJ Watt. I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10, dude.
Wow.
This is the guy I'm targeting if I want outside linebacker added Nat that can do something right away on my squad.
Wow. 8.5 consensus. It's a good pick, guys.
Yeah, it's a nice card. And he plays so good, guys. I don't know if you played with him because he was kind of behind as far as like elite card status in Madden 19. He is very, very, very good. Keep that in mind.
Bananas.
I can see the end of the tunnel, Trumpetmonkey. We're reaching
the end.
Texans up next with Lamar Miller.
Damn, can we give negative scores here? So, -1. Do not get this card at all. Under any circumstances, do not pick up this item. 0. Okay, we're going 0 to 10. 0.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to give Lamar Miller a 5. Okay? Because, Okay, for one, I don't want to pick up a halfback I'm super committed to from a Nat promo like this. So it's probably a pass for me. But if you are choosing a halfback, if you want a halfback, if you need a halfback, I think Lamar Miller's your guy. He's consistently year after year after year had the MUT Force factor, especially in the first couple of weeks. Every time I roll out with Lamar Miller, he's a beast on the gridiron. So I'm going to give him a 5. I don't necessarily want a halfback day one, but if you want a Nat halfback you can go out and win some games with, I think Lamar is your dude. Stop looking perplexed. You know I'm right.
I was just doing Winona Ryder during your whole explanation, okay? Do you forget we played with him? This item does not play well. There are much better halfbacks. Consensus 2.5. Fine, director. Drag his grade up from 0 out of the dungeon of scores to 2.5 out of 10. Fine. Be like that.
But again, if you want a halfback, this is the one.
I nailed that Winona Ryder impersonation. There we go.
Delanie Walker for the Titans. Another tight end. NAT 86 overall. What do you say?
Yep. Dude, really, really nice card. I won't necessarily be selecting it because I do believe, again, our budget piece video, that you can get away with budget piece at tight end to begin the game. But this is a great card. For that reason, I'm going to give him a 7.
I'm going to give him an 8. Because even if you go with George Kettle at number 1, you got that speed, that possession tight end. Something that goes overlooked with Delanie Walker a lot is his run blocking capability. So if you run him in at 2, even 3, you've got yourself an advantage there on that line.
He's a great card. He catches everything and he run blocks. I'm completely with you, mate. But yeah, so look, what, you went an 8?
Yep.
I went a 6, consensus 7. That's a solid grade.
That's a solid grade. And I wouldn't be upset if you guys chose Walker over Kettle, to be quite honest. He's that big of a factor, I think, in that offense.
Yeah. And just like the pro tip, we're not pros, hot tip, like the actual physical size of the player model matters in Madden 20. So if you're leading a tight end to the inside with your pass away from a linebacker or a DB, his big frame will actually shield the ball from getting interceptions. There aren't these like glitch through the body interceptions anymore, so it actually matters. So that
pop quiz,
it is
though,
a solid pick.
Pop quiz. How tall is Delanie Walker?
He's 6'4", isn't he?
No. He is shorter than you, is what I'm going to say. He is barely taller than I am. I think he's 6'2". He's one of the shorter tight ends in the league. But he's very, very good.
Wide. He's wide. Doesn't need to be tall. He's wide.
He is wide. So there you go. Just pop quiz. I'm going to give you one chance here, Trumpetmonkey, with the Vikings. How do you pronounce this man's name? Defensive end.
Danielle Hunter.
I'm actually not too sure. I think it's Danielle Hunter. But there you go. Danielle Hunter.
Danny Hunter. Skull Vikings. This is a great item right here, director. This is seriously, this is an awesome pass rusher. For me, this could be one of your early picks right here. So I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10.
Give me a 10.
Wow.
I'm
consensus 9.
If you look at his season last year, he was step for step with Aaron Donald almost the entire way. Obviously Aaron Donald, but Aaron Donald's a 99. Why isn't anybody talking about Danielle Hunter? The dude's crazy good. And I think it's going to reflect in Madden. So if you come out of the Theme Kings promo with Myles Garrett and Danielle Hunter, bravo. You're going to get some sacks.
It's not as bad as Aeneas, okay? We're not going to get like too much shade in the chat, but we both butchered his name, I'm sure. The Skull Vikings fan can tell us how to say it. It's all right, director. We've reached the end. We can pick 10. Who are you taking first and foremost?
Okay, so we have 10 players that we're going with total, right? So you've got 5. Yep. I've got 5. I'll start things off here. Off. My first player I'm going with in my top 5, in no particular order, is Amari Cooper.
Whoa, nice. Okay.
Out of all the wide receivers, I think that's the guy to go with.
Yep. No, I feel you. I'm probably first and foremost, even and in order, as in like level 5. I'm probably going to go and get myself that Alex Mack at center to just lock down that entire O-line.
I could not agree more with it. Any offensive line, guys, I will not judge you for that. Great.
Okay, so those are our first pick. Who are you taking second?
Let's see. I'm not taking Amari Cooper first. If I'm going to take somebody first, it would probably be this guy right here, George Kettle. You want that difference maker at tight end. You know what I mean? You want that speed. If you get those mismatches in Madden 20, I think that translates a lot better than it has in the past.
Kettle. All right, nice one. I mean, there's a theme to who I'd take next, okay? And that's Laramie Tunsil, a tackle. And the pass rush is real, guys. So you're going to want to be protecting your quarterback, giving yourself some extra time in the pocket. So for me, Laramie Tunsil is who I'm taking next.
Well, speaking of pass rush, I'm going to go with Danielle Hunter, dude. I'm a huge believer in Danielle Hunter, man. I think he's going to be a
we both
beast.
We both, you man, like, you can't go wrong with that. So I'll see you one pass rusher and raise you another. Myles Garrett is who I would take third. And so, again, I want to shore up my O-line, and then I want to make sure I'm decimating my opponent's O-line. So level 15, I'll probably be taking Myles Garrett.
All right. Well, next up, I think we'll shock a couple of people here. I love T.J. Watt. I'm going to go with T.J. Watt. I think one of the best, if not the best outside linebacker you can get in that 86 overall from Theme Builders. You just can't go wrong with T.J.
Man, I'm in complete agreement with you. For me, it's a toss-up between him and like Kerrigan if I were to take one. But I'd probably take TJ just because he's a little more versatile, right? Okay, that's interesting. So, like, staying on the defensive side of the ball, Darius Slay, massive pick for me. I think he's just going to be one of the best corners in the game this year, full stop, throughout the year. So, big play Slay.
Slay is huge.
Yep.
He may be the first guy I take if I'm not going after Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen for sure for me, but I think Slay soon right after. And then speaking of that disgusting secondary, I got to go with my man Amos, dude. I want Derwin in the box as much as possible, and to have Amos back there would be incredible. So I'm going to go with Adrian Amos as my last pick.
Nice. Okay, so we've recommended 9. All right, then the final one, the 10, the running game is so important, okay? So for me, that Tariq Cohen card is going to be absolutely bonkers. So that would be my 10th recommendation.
I think those 1-2 punches at halfback this year are so important too. So if you can have that lead rusher guy and then complement him with a Cohen, you're going to win some games. Cohen is a great card. And we've seen him play. We have played with Cohen. He is a glitch. Confirmed.
It's true. Confirmed. So there we go. That's it, director. That was fun, man.
It's good to be back, bros. MUT Force back in full force. It's been a good one, guys. Let us know if your picks match up with ours, if our grades match up with yours. Let's be friends in the comments section and start some conversations, dudes. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in this episode of MUT Force. This has been the director and the Trumpet Monkey.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next time, and as always, stay frosty.